views and opinions expressed on this show in this program are not necessarily those of its hosts, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views and positions of the entities they represent. What up, y'all? I see you, Pensy. Pensy Lola, y'all bless. I like that name. Thank you. We in the building. Kenneth Wynn is in the house. I see you. What's happening? Kenneth Wynn in the building. Y'all, it's going to be a loose night tonight, but you know, it's funny because every time I say I'm going to do one of these shows and I'm going to keep it real light, it always end up getting real heavy, but it is what it is, y'all. You dig what I'm saying? But hey, it always makes for good content, so let's have fun with it like we always do. Melvin Jackson in the house. Good evening. Hello, Val Wells. I see you. What'd you say? No, exploiting stepping in Boston. Yeah, well, guess what, Val? We're gonna have one of Boston's own on the show tonight, and I'm looking so forward to this right here because, hey, C1s, it occurred to me that I've been on this gentleman's show a couple of times, you know, on his radio show, and actually DJed on there a few times. And I don't think I've ever had him on Inside Steppin', but I should have had him on a long time ago because y'all will see why when I get him on. But I think I'm going to start this is yet another thing that's been inspired by this guy. I got a new idea that we're going to do for the show. Some things that we're going to have coming up. So, okay, Val. Val said, Rudy, that's the reason why she made the comment. That's right, Val. You know what it is. Boston is in the house. Now, for those of you around the country that don't know, I mean, you know, Steppin' is nationwide. It's all over. But man, like Boston is in the building. So we're going to have one of Boston's own on here tonight. Before I get real far. Oh, that's him hitting me now. Hold on. Let's. Hey. I hear you. Hold what you got, bro. Okay. Wait for your video to show up. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I want to do tonight, I want to give a shout out to all of the supporters across this entire nation who support Inside Steppin' by donations, purchasing shirts, all that good stuff, man. I mean, like, y'all helped keep the lights on, and I appreciate y'all very much for that. Netta, what's happening? My girl Netta from Cali out there, what's going on with you? Looking forward to putting eyeballs on you soon. Hey, Linda Brooks. Hey, Linda, I'm bringing your package with me. I'll be in Chicago either late on Friday or early on Saturday, so I'm going to look you up when I get in town. So I'm bringing that with me, so you get ready. Miss Linda Brooks, one of our supporters. Rudy, where's your video, buddy? Is your video working? I don't see no video on you.
Can you hear my voice?
I can hear you. I don't see you.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's going on here with that.
Now, y'all are going to laugh because here we are having a little technical difficulty, but y'all are going to laugh a little bit later on in the show when we talk about this very thing right here, these technical issues. You understand?
Yeah.
We're going to have fun with this one. But I want to make sure that I acknowledge all of the individuals, and that's really kind of what this show is about. Hey, Darlene Mans, I see you. Tracy Talbert, Bernice Newsom in the building. This show is about being grateful, about being thankful, about the people who have, you almost there, the people who have supported Inside Steppin' over the years and that have had our back. You know, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It makes it a little bit easier, you know, for us as we move forward with this venture and as we try to improve and do things better. It's always really cool when we have, you know, the support of the people. I mean, that's what this is all about anyway. I mean, really, keeping it 100. There you are. There the man is. And so as long as we have, you know, the opportunities and the abilities, we're going to continue to thank everybody who continues to support, tune in, greet us at the shows, come sit down with us, have conversations, kick it with us, all that good stuff, because it all matters. I promise you, it most definitely does matter, and we are extremely grateful for your participation as well as the opportunity to serve this community as often and as best we can. Because, I mean, shoot, if we don't do it, who else going to? I know there's a lot of people trying. And I encourage it. I want y'all to know. I want y'all to understand something. I'm one of those people like this. If I can help somebody else build on what they're doing, I'm happy to do it. There are those that would say, oh, well, why would he want to, help others or that kind of thing? But, that's just the way I'm built, y'all. I'm going to keep doing what I do. There's always an opportunity for others to do as much or more, and I think that's a blessing within itself. They say great leaders build other leaders, not followers. What's up, Jarita? That's my homie there. Vonda Powell in the building. Who else we got? What's up, Dallas? My man. I see you. Now, Black Knight in the house. Now I want to tell y'all right now, this is Rudy. Matter of fact, let me just bring you in right quick, and then I got to say something right fast. I'm gonna bring you in, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to meet the man behind the scenes, Mr. Rudy Dottin, y'all. Okay, what's up, man? What's happening, Rudy? Now in a minute, I'm gonna give y'all a real good. I'm gonna tell y'all who this guy is. Now, in the meantime,
oh boy.
I want y'all to understand that he just inspired something new here at Inside Steppin', and he does this all the time. He just don't know it. But check this out. I'm going to start doing, every so often, I'm going to do a show called Someone You Should Know, specifically in the Steppers community, because guess what? There are a lot of people who are integral in a lot of the things that go on in the Steppers community, but you don't know them. Why? Because they're not on the world's largest stage. They're not, out in the forefront, and everybody is not, in their face like that. So I think we're going to do something like People You Should Know. So I can introduce some of these folks that are movers and shakers in the community that others may not know a whole lot about. Excuse me. David Calhoun in the house. That's family right there. Karen Nichols, I see you. Sandra Davis. All right. So, Rudy.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, hold it. Before I go there, wait. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rudy Dottin. This is the host of the Smooth Jazz Steppers show, radio show. Comes on every single Sunday. Rudy, I'm going to let you plug that in a minute, though. But because we want to get all your information, because I want everybody to tune in to your show because you got it going on. This brother here, he be playing the hits, man. But before we get into that, I got to say this right here. I want y'all to understand. I want my audience to understand who Rudy is to me. Okay. Going back all the way to Texas Heat, the very first Texas Heat, that was 3 years ago. Or should I say Nike and the Nike experience gave me the opportunity to broadcast his event live. And I believe that was the first live broadcast we had done as Inside Steppin' at an event to bring to the people in the community. See, I want y'all to understand how pioneering this whole thing has been. That day, now Rudy and I had talked before about other things dealing with Inside Steppin' and his show, because I ain't gonna tell you he's a tech head because that would be disrespectful. I'm gonna give y'all, he's an engineer, okay? So peep game. We go to do the show at Texas Heat 3 years ago. And Rudy calls me on the phone as we were trying to go live. And he goes, hey man, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you fix this? What about that? And I'm going, Rudy, hold on. Literally minutes before showtime, Rudy on the other end, all the way in Boston, had me straight, okay? We did that show. It came off without a hitch. Ever since then, Rudy manages to I can always count on him. If I'm at an event and something is going wrong, This is my go-to tech guy right here. This dude gets on the horn with me and starts having me flipping switches and clicking toggles. Don't get me wrong. I know my stuff, but this dude right here is something like a genius. So I'm just saying, it is a Rudy. Listen, man, it has been a absolute pleasure having you around and working with me. And I always say, give people their flowers while they still here, brother. So my flowers to you is a huge thank you. And bro, if I ever take this show to another level, you going with me. I'm just telling you now. if we ever start getting up in that real money, Jack, you might as well get ready because I'm taking you with me. That's real talk. Rudy, how did your journey in Steppin start, man?
My journey in Steppin started way back 2005, 2006, with it's a touching story. It sometimes it brings tears to my eyes.
Is that right? Well, we'd like to hear that story, Rudy. I don't think I've heard that story. Let's go. Let's hear it.
It's kind of deep. It's kind of deep. The church I was attending, I haven't been in a while, but that's my home church, Pleasant Hill Baptist Church in Dorchester, and I'm the sound engineer for the church. And every Sunday, I'm there because I have to make sure everything's ready to go for the church service. So a brother used to come by all the time. His name was Kenny Budd. And Kenny used to say to me, Rudy, you got to come down to Martin Luther King Boulevard at the YMCA because they got this thing going on called Chicago Steppin. I want you to come and check it out. I said, yeah, okay, Kenny, okay, whatever it is, because I didn't know nothing about it at the time.
Right.
So but he kept pressing me. He said, well, listen, don't go by the Y today. Just come by the house. I got to check out something. And at that time, he was doing leather shoes, and I was building his website for him and everything like that. So I went by his house, and he said, come on upstairs. I want to show you a video. So I says, okay, Kenny. He put the video in, and it was, this video was, so the song that was playing was called 20 Years Later by Bobby Hutton.
Yeah.
And the song was playing and with people dancing. I says, oh, okay. He says, yeah. He says, look at that. That's Chicago Steppin. You see how those people are moving and everything? I said, oh man, that's bad. That's tight. I like that. Mm-hmm. He said, then Bobby Hutton came out and was singing the song along with the track and everything, but the people were dancing in the background. He says, Rudy, that's Chicago Steppin. I says, really? He says, yeah. He said, that's why I've been trying to tell you to come down to the YMCA, man, so you can check out this class. So the following Sunday, I went down to the Y, and I met the brother that was teaching the class, Kevin Richards from out of Chicago. Kevin was residing here in Boston. He was working here, and I met him for the very first time, and Kenny introduced me to him. And I stayed and watched how he taught the class because that was something I wanted to, check out. But while I was in there, it was not so much the dance part of it; it was the music that I was hearing that he was playing on the boombox at the time. I sat in the corner just chilling for the whole entire class. I was like, man, some of these songs, I've heard these songs before, but they weren't popular here. But they were popular there in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, the albums I have already had, and the songs were on those albums. And I said, "Oh, okay, that's where it came from." And I kept on pressing. I said, "Kevin, man," I said, "if you get a chance, man, put together some CDs for me so I can add them to my library." And sure enough, Kevin, a few months later, he said, "Rudy, come on downtown, man. I got something for you. Go downtown, park my car, and." He said, "Come to the office," and he had a whole stack of CDs like this.
Oh wow!
He said, "These are for you, man." I was almost in tears because I said, "Kevin, thank you. You took all the time." He said, "Yeah, this is for you. I just want you to make sure you have the music because I know you DJ and everything." And so I went home and listened to those things till the sun came up. And I was like, "Oh wow!" So that's how my library got started. And that was back in 2006.
Wow!
And ever since then, but my friend Kenny Budd has since passed on. But the story always comes up because people always ask me, how did you get involved with Chicago Steppin? And that's how it started for me.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Well, I always say that all of our journeys are different, and people like to sometimes be critical of other people's journey in this game because sometimes they start out with people somebody doesn't like, or They start out in places that people may not have frequented and all this kind of thing. But I'm real quick to remind folks, every journey, like a fingerprint in this dance, is different. And because of that, we have to respect one another's stories and how we got to where we are and what brought us to this, and be thankful that in that process we have met a lot of great people.
Well, speaking about meeting a lot of great people, during that time, there was a sister that was doing a lot of events. Her name is Sonia Harris. She has since moved away, but she was here and she was doing dances on a regular, trying to do Chicago stepping sets on a regular basis. And I loved that girl because she was really into it, and we both had a lot in common. And she and wanted me to play at a major set that she was putting on, and she invited someone from Chicago. And that week she says, "Oh yeah, Rudy, I got somebody coming through. He's gonna be teaching classes, and he's also gonna be at the set." I says, "Okay." I said, "What's his name?" He says, "Oh, L.C. Henderson." I said, "L.C. Henderson." I says, "That name sounds familiar," because during that time I was doing a lot of research, and every time I check out what's going on with Chicago stepping, whether it was on Facebook or some magazines or something like that, I'd always see L.C. Henderson with that hat and that plaid tux.
Yeah, back in those days, he was quite prominent with his work.
With his work and the plaid suit jacket that he always used to wear, the checkerboard plaid jacket that he had. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about." So I got a chance to meet L.C. Henderson for the very first time. And so that was very inspirational. And L.C. and I are still friends ever since then. And we talk all the time. So, and he's very, very supportive, very it inspires me to do better and to do good in what I do. And he helps me do a lot of different things and make sure that I'm on point. He doesn't want me to fail. So he's very supportive like that. I love him.
Well, that's a good
thing.
Thank
you, L.C. Henderson. And thank you.
That's a beautiful thing. And that's something that I think is critically important, particularly with the men in this community. You know, we do need to hold one another accountable. That's why. So y'all out there in inside stepping land, just know that when there are times when y'all are saying it's skipping, it's doing this, it's doing that, trust me when I tell you, I got this dude on my back climbing up one side of me and down the other, telling me, you know what I'm saying, do this beat, and, you know, hey man, and most of the time,
but Brian, it's from involved with the DJ thing ever since 1975 for me.
That's where I was getting ready to go next. Come on with it, man. Tell us about your engineering background, because man, your ear and eye for this is bananas. Just how did you get there? Come on, man. 75. Keep talking. I want to hear this.
At 12, 13 years old, a radio was in a basement. I thought it looked like a radio. I brought it upstairs, and my father, you know, he said, "Yeah, you can have it," because it was a mess. It didn't even have a cover on it. Just had all the knobs and everything. Everything was exposed, and I plugged it in. It didn't blow up or anything like that, but I didn't have a dial on it, but it had some kind of thing on, and I was turning it, and it was the radio. So I found WILD radio playing R&B music, and I started listening to that, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice. This is good. This is good." That's how I started getting involved with liking music and everything. I originally wanted to play the trumpet and play the bass, but that never happened. Played the bass a little bit. Never got a chance to do the trumpet. My father was a musician, and he played the violin. He's a violin. It's okay. But I didn't like it.
Wasn't your thing. But you know, in the South, in the country, they call that a fiddle. You know what I mean? You play them hot cuts.
That's right. So listening to the radio station, I was like, man, how do those DJs make that song start so quickly, and, you know, the way they want it and everything like that? So I was like, oh man, I really like to visit a radio station one day. So I ended up finding out that there was a radio station at MIT, which is down the street and around the corner from where I'm at right now, in the basement of the Walker Memorial Building, called at the time WTBS. It's now called WMBR 88.1 FM. So I got a chance to go down there, knock on the door, ring the bell. Somebody came to the door. I was able to go in, and I said, "I just wanted to see the radio station." And man, it was like, oh, it was beautiful. They had all the equipment there, and how everything was, the studios and different things. And man, I just was enthralled enthralled with all of it. I really was. I was in heaven. I was like, oh, this is how it happens. This is how it happens. Okay, okay. So so during the '80s, going a little forward now. Let me go back a little bit. During the high school years, I started DJing, doing a lot of house parties and things like that. Okay. Didn't have any real speakers or anything. So you know what? My friend and I, we ended up building some. So in high school, we built some speakers so we could have our own. I mean, from top to bottom, we built them from scratch.
Okay.
And that took us through a lot of major events that back then, college parties and everything like that. So going forward now,
sweet.
Ended up going to commercial radio, WILD radio in Boston, KISS 108. And getting my own show, doing remixes for them. And so all of that knowledge and things that I've learned from all of those years, I still have today. So doing remixes back then used to take reel to reel, cut and splice tape and put it together.
Man.
From scratch.
You just brought
That's how I was doing remixes.
You just tapped on
then.
Something right there. That reel to reel, Jack. They don't know the pain, do they?
Yes. So that's how it's been. And then I just stayed with it. And being around the right people, especially the folks at MIT, and Sidney Burton and James Clark, who is now a president at a college out down south. And we're all still friends today and talk periodically. And if I need to know something that I don't know, I can ask them. They'll have the answer for me. But with YouTube and reading a lot of different magazines and brochures about new things that are happening, I try to stay up on technology.
Okay.
And the whole internet thing and live streaming now is the next thing, and it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Man.
So, yeah.
You know, and it's funny you say that too. You know, you're talking about you staying up on the technology. I'm going to go ahead and make this confession right quick. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all wonder sometimes how we're able to get those good shots on Inside Steppin'. Well, the reason we have the ability to do that is because of Rudy Dottin. He made a suggestion of some equipment that we add to the repertoire, and we did, and it has been, we ain't never looked back. So thank you for that, Rudy.
Thank you, Brian. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Yeah, so only the best. I try to help folks that need it. You know, if they want it, I'll give it to them. I have a problem.
Absolutely. Rudy, so let me ask you, throughout your journey as a disc jockey, we can officially call you a disc jockey because you did.
Yes.
You was doing it when it was still wax. How do you feel about the differences between then and now with the technology and the ability to literally carry around thousands of songs without picking up crates and that type of thing?
That's a beautiful thing because my back is not going to be able to support carrying around 5 and 6 crates of records like we used to do. No, it's more efficient. The sound quality is good. A lot of the music that I play, I always try to remaster them to make them sound even better because the consistency in audio is critical to me from song to song because not every song is going to have the proper bass elements, proper mid-range, proper highs, mids and highs, just the sound quality, the ambiance of the song, the dynamics of the music need to have a certain level and have a distinction. Like the headphones I have on right now, these are studio quality headphones. So I don't do anything without them. I used to use speakers, studio monitors and everything. Those are okay, but they kind of vary depending on where you have them in the room, how far you have them apart, the acoustics in the room, how big the room, how small it is. They're all going to sound different. Yeah. So I decided, let me try these studio in-ear monitors. And these are made by Sennheiser. They're very expensive. So that's how I do all my mixes. So I have all my music is the quality is all the same. All tracks are the same.
Rudy, man, listen, you know, I'm glad you brought that up. And here's why. A lot of people truly do not. I got my man Tree on here, another DJ, old school.
Okay.
A lot of people do not realize the amount of work that goes into being a DJ behind the scenes before we ever get to a set. If I cannot even fathom being able to match all of my library sound-wise the way that you're describing right now. That is a tremendous amount of work. But it pays off when you play the set, though.
Absolutely. I've got people come to me and say, "Wow, that sounded really good." It's like, how come my song doesn't sound like that? I have the same song, but I try to I picture myself out on the dance floor and what I want to hear. I want to hear, especially when you go to concerts, you want the thing to sound nice. Because some concerts you go to and the audio is like,
Right.
ah, man. But some people don't know that the audio is not good. Some people know that the sound is really good,
Yeah, a
but they
lot of
don't know
people
why
don't
it's
even
good.
care.
They just know that it sounded good or it sounded bad. And it could have a great group on stage. It's a good group, but they didn't sound good. Why they didn't sound good? Maybe not because of their voice or anything like that, but maybe because of the sound system wasn't the way it needed to be for it to have that impact. So I'm all about impact and making sure the sound quality is the way it needs to be.
Yep, you sure are. He stays on me about the sound too, y'all, making sure we got the levels right and everything is coming through clear. So yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Because the stepping community, if they're first class. They're first class. Not to say that nobody else is, but the stepping community is first class, and I believe that they should be treated with the utmost top notch, 5-star all the time. No matter where the place is at, no matter where it's at, could be in someone's basement, it could be at a 5-star hotel. Whatever we're delivering for audio and sound
it got
and
to be
music,
funky.
it needs to be 5-star all the time.
That's right. I love that. That's critically important.
That's
and
how,
you know,
that's
it's
how
funny.
I roll. Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, that's how I feel that it should be. That's the way I've been all my life. I try to do things the best that I can do, and if I can't do it the best way, then I'd rather not do it at all.
You know, it's interesting you say that as well because it's funny when you talk about sound quality, you know, and I don't think a lot of people pay attention to this, but like, for example, if you're watching something on social media or you're just hearing something, you don't realize, a lot of people don't think about this, but they will, if it doesn't sound good, you will turn it off. That is a weird
subliminal,
human
yes.
trait. People
Yes.
will, if your stuff does not sound right, they will turn it off. If you are, for example, let's say you're doing a podcast or you're playing music and all they can hear is static in the music, that's all they're going to hear. They will turn it off. That sound quality is critically important.
Well, like the microphone that you're using,
Right.
That's a good quality microphone. The microphone that I'm using, this is the next one down from yours. Let me take this so you can see it a little bit. This is a top-notch microphone. This is Electro Voice RE 20.
Oh, is that an EV?
They make it's Electro Voice. They make another version, which a lot of folks would see. It's silver, and it's called the RE 320.
Okay.
Which is a broadcast microphone. This is a broadcast microphone too. I just happen to like the sound quality in this one better.
Well, you know,
it just sounds good to me.
And it's funny you say that because, like, just as an example, this SM7B, I paired it up with this Rodecaster Pro 2, and it's got an automatic setting on there that makes this microphone do everything it's supposed to do. So
it sounds good.
All that stuff
I can
matters.
tell.
All of it matters.
Yeah. Yes, microphones and speakers and
all
of that makes a
that,
difference.
if you think about it, like, for example, there are a lot of people around the Steppers community and other places who want to do podcasting and want to do things like you and I do. And a lot of them don't want to or just refuse to take the time and make the investment. And if you want to have good quality, you know, you got to have good cameras. You got to have good microphones. It's as simple as that. And, you know, when you're playing for the people, you don't have the money, save
it. Just save it. Save the money to make sure you have all the good stuff. I'm a stickler for sound quality. And that's my biggest thing. Some sets I've gone to, you know, the speakers are in left, right.
I bet you go to a Stepper set and be standing in the middle of the room like, what is this garbage?
I don't say anything. I just listen. I say, I know what I would do to
see
make
somebody like you. You're gonna view this thing from a completely different perspective when you go in the room.
Yeah. From professional perspective, and that's what I would do. But Shorty had asked me about some stuff that he was doing. I offered him a recommendation. I said, Shorty, make sure you put the subwoofers. Make sure that they're on the floor. Make sure the subwoofers should not be on the stage at no time. That's not where they belong. They're more effective when they're on the floor.
Yeah. Shakes the room, gives the room more ambience, right?
Yeah, it does. Then the dispersion of the low end for the bass is more pronounced, more prominent when it's done that way. But you got to know how to EQ them, make sure that the sound quality for them are good as well. So
deep stuff, man.
Some
that's how
tricks of the trade.
Yeah, and that's how I.
But if you don't know, you don't know. Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know unless someone tells you.
Well, I mean,
but
yeah,
subwoofers
absolutely.
don't belong on the stage.
That's why we got people like you, Rudy. That's why people like you. We need people like you. You know, I remember when I first started DJing. You know, you listen to the music as a consumer of the dance and of the culture and community, and you listen and you dance. You hear your song come on, you're like, hey, you know. But then you listen to now in my quest in DJing, I realized listening to DJs, like, it's like, man, I wouldn't have done that. You know, or you hear stuff and you go, you know, other people, they're having a great time. But as a DJ, you sitting there going, and my OCD kick in and I get to, oh man, it's driving me nuts. But you know, play your box, DJ.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
Yeah, Brian. So yeah, man, it's interesting. And not only do I do audio engineering, I mean, I build websites, design. I do desktop publishing, flyers, and all of that other stuff to go along with it. So it's a one-stop shop for me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard that. You need websites. You need your sound up to par. You need, listen, as a matter of fact, because I got a few promoters that are on here now. I'm about to put a plug in for you, Rudy. Y'all want y'all set to sound like it's supposed to sound? You got a sound engineer right here in the community that will come out and hook you up and have your thing sounding like $1 million. Real talk. Now I know
we big rooms. We do something different for big rooms.
Mm-hmm. So you know, y'all keep Mr. Rudy Dottin in the forefront. So Rudy, let's talk about Smooth Jazz Radio, man.
Smooth Jazz Steppin, 6 years going into 7. Thanks to Shorty Smooth. He was here in Boston back in, I don't know what year it was, but 7, 8, 9 years ago. And he was coming here to do work on do a set. And I was in the elevator with him. I said, Shorty, I says, man, I would love to do a radio show on your thing. He says, really, Rudy? He said, yeah. I said, I already got a name for it too. And he says, oh, I like the name. He said, well, Rudy, you let me know when you're ready and we'll make it happen. And I said, well, when I get stable and everything is the way I need it to go, I'll hit you up, man. We'll get it going. And that's how it happened. It was like that because he already knew who I was and what I was about. Yeah. So it wasn't a problem.
So your reputation preceded you.
Yeah, reputation. So that's how that all worked out, and it's been nonstop. I've been faithful all that ever since. Tried to be doing that show every Sunday faithfully. Might have missed one or two.
You do a fantastic job. And by the way, I want to thank you for having me on a few times and coming through and playing my box. You understand me, and entertaining your people. I have a great time.
When you coming back, man? Because
man, I told you all you do is holler at me. I'm ready. We can go to work. You know me.
Now listen. The last time Brian, don't stop playing. Last time I talked to you, man, I said, B, let me know.
I called you and I said we could go on. You said, nah, I got to promote it first, and I said, okay.
Okay, and you let me know the date. Okay. We'll promote it. We'll get you on, man, and hit you up.
Rudy, I got a question.
Asking me, when you gonna have B back on again?
One of the YouTube users wants to know. Miss Sandra Davis says, "Does Rudy have an engineering? Do you have engineering in your background?" Hands on?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Thanks to the folks at MIT, that's where a lot of it came from. Yeah,
you got that hands-on experience.
Did I go to school for it? No. This is all homegrown. This is a lot of reading, a lot of manuals.
Yeah, you look like the type of fellow that read a lot. Hey, y'all, Rudy wanted them people to read the instructions. I'm not.
Yeah, I read the instructions. I built all my sound, all the cables, all the connections that I made all of them. When back then used to solder them. I did the company I was working with. Was going over to Puerto Rico, and we were going to do a sound system for a stage in Roberto Clemente Stadium, and we needed to have speakers on all 4 corners of the stage because the people were going to be sitting all the way around
360.
So I was up for 24 hours making cables, soldering, and everything
Wow.
to make sure that we had all the cables and extras and extras and extras, because there was no turning back. We can't say, well, we left it at home. So I was in the basement and
Yeah.
making cables, man,
Yeah.
and it all worked out. We had everything that we needed to make that thing go.
Hey, that's called dedication, my brother. My
Yeah.
man Tree
Roberto Clemente Stadium.
over there in Chicago, he says he finds that on Facebook his sound is not great. Is there a way to fix that problem?
Yeah, Trey, you can hit me up. Anybody that needs help with audio or anything like that, you can reach me on my website is proaudiomix.com. Hit me up and we'll make sure that you are sounding good. We have a lady that was on also Smooth Radio, Terry B. Cole, and she was she didn't know she was having issues, but I listened to her show. And I said the sound quality it's not like something's not right. So I called her. I said, Terry, tell me what are you using? What did this say? She said, oh, Rudy, it's this, it's that. I said, okay, this is what I need you to do.
Go ahead.
This is what I need you to do. I said, I want you to do this and I want you to do that. So she did. She called me back. Oh, Rudy, that sounds so nice. I said, okay, I'm glad. I just want to make sure you was good. So she's all set now.
Yeah, well, you do a fantastic job.
I'm open.
We have a question. Do you
Facebook
do video
or
do you
video production?
Do you do video promos and flyers?
I do and can.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's what's up. Let's see. Okay, Sandra Davis says, Sir Rudy, you are gifted and you have an ear. Blessings.
Yeah, like my brother Michael. My brother Michael is a musician. And
is that the one I talked to?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, about the computer.
Yeah.
So my brother Michael is very interesting. He's interesting. I still can't figure him out. My brother is I remember when we were young, he used to go and take some music lessons. And I think he went to the music conservatory, which is around the corner from Berkeley, for a little while. But he really didn't do that much like that. He's not a scholar like that. But my brother can hear something and play it. And I said, Michael, how are you able to play the keyboards like that? You're not even reading no music or nothing. You can. He said, Rudy, he don't even know.
He so doesn't even know. Trying to explain it.
Now, yeah, so he's good like that. He's been a minister of music for various churches and around the Boston and Cambridge area. And he's not doing that like that now. But yeah, my brother, he's really good on the keyboards and play the organ and everything. My brother, I remember when we were little, we had Christ Temple Church on Kenilworth Street in Roxbury. My first home church, he would always sit next to Wilma. That was the lady that was playing He used to sit right next to her and just watch her. Sit right next to
Isn't
her.
It interesting though how many people have a music background come out of the church? Of all kinds.
Yeah. Amen. Hallelujah.
All that technical stuff. Somebody wants you to drop your website one more time.
Proaudiomix.com, designprogroup.com, smoothjazzsteppin.com. Those are the three. All right. Proaudiomix.com and designprogroup.com and smoothjazzsteppin.com. You can reach me.
All right. Carolina, thank you. Smiling Happily says that if the collaboration has an event, I hope Mr. Dottin comes to the event. The collaboration is going to be having an event within the next 12 months. So stay tuned.
That's your people, right?
Yes, that is. Collaboration is real to my brothers out there in the struggle.
Now, tell me about the collaboration, Brian.
Oh, well, it consists of myself, Josiah Burt, William Owens, and Daryl Smooth Greenwood. And we came together to create an entity that would be capable of backing other people's events, to be able to create our own events, to further the dance itself and the culture and community. All of us originally from Chicago, all of us originally from that time period for the most part. And we just want to continue to, further everything and make it as good as it can be. And
You all have an event that you have scheduled
We're
coming
working
up?
on something right now. Yes. We
Okay.
had some.
Okay.
We had a little bit of growing pains last year, and we've gotten past most of that, and so now we're moving into a new era where we are doing some things that are benefiting other promoters as well. So we working on. We got a lot of stuff we're working on. We just gonna keep on talking about the collaboration is real for right now. So when the work that the collaboration is doing right now begins to come to fruition, you'll understand and know what it is we've been up to, and we have been up to a lot. So
that's excellent.
Tree says, even when your sound is set up right, when you do it live, it's not like you hear whatever you're doing, you're live. Tree, you should reach out to Rudy, and he can probably help you with those technicals. I would guarantee you he would probably be able to solve whatever problem you're having. Now, apparently, the producer lady has chimed in and wants me to mention.
Poppy?
Yes, Jules and Gents, April. We got that. Yeah, Jules and Gents, April 22nd, 19th through the 22nd. That's Dietrich Harrison and Angie Fain. Y'all get ready for that. We got Black and Bling in May with Devin Smith Sr. and Tommy Smith. The All-Star Bash, May, June, Minnesota by Jay Mosen. Stepping by the Bay, Miss June, in June, Miss Earlene Hino. Crush and Cream 2024, my man Ted Williams. We got Veronica Austin, World's Largest, September. Anyway, Pete Frazier. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Veronica Austin and Williams. Okay, Pete Frazier, World's Largest. Then we got Denim and Diamonds, Valerie O'Connor in September. And we got Texas Heat, the Nike Experience. And Rudy, right quick, while we are while I'm doing that, since I'm running around here announcing, talking about events before we get into the rest of the show, let me go ahead and pay this bill right quick and show y'all this promo for Command Steppers of Minnesota, y'all. Here we go.
Steppers Minnesota and Team USA Mortgage Brooklyn Park presents the 15th annual 15-year anniversary J Most Unique Edition Minnesota Steppers and Line Dancers All-Star Bash.
Our special feature for the weekend is the Y'all Can't Beat Us Steppers and Line Dancers contest. We got a $10,000 prize pot, so y'all come get this money. Contact me, I'm Alvina at 651-276-7703.
All right, y'all. That's my man, Jay Mosen, the Command Steppers down there in Minnesota. And by the way, they have a big old purse for their contest coming up down there. Y'all get ready for that. I'm thinking we're gonna be sliding on over there our doggone self, and that's May 30th through June the 2nd, down there in Minneapolis, Minnesota, right by the Mall of America, y'all. So man, Rudy Dottin.
Yes, sir.
I like messing with you, man. Hey, Donna Ross.
Yeah, I know you do.
C1's in the building.
I ain't paying you no attention, Brian.
Yeah, I know. Look, y'all, I'm telling you, y'all don't understand. Rudy be getting on me, man. I be like, Rudy, leave me alone, man. But I appreciate having somebody that cares enough about what is going on, because y'all, for those of you who know me, y'all know that I struggle sometimes to accept the gifts that others often want to bestow upon me. And I'm fortunate that a person like Rudy is a lot like me in his giving, because I'm very much the same way.
Thank you, Brian.
Unfortunately, we have so many within our circumference who do not understand what loyalty and fellowship really mean. And so therefore we always have to be very careful about where we cast our pearls, because we are among many, many swine. Kathleen Rose Davis, how you doing, my dear? Susu in the build. Susu, we be there this weekend, baby. Get ready. Get ready, Susu. We're coming through. It's all cracking. Richard Hill Jr. So Rudy, when can everybody have the opportunity to check out your show when you doing your thing, playing your box? Because you be getting it in on Sundays.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Sundays at 2 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern on smoothradio.com, or you can check out mixcloud.com and find me on there by typing in Smooth Jazz Steppin, or you can go to my website, smoothjazzsteppin.com, and all the links are right there to take you right to the live show. Sometimes I broadcast on Facebook, but Facebook is unstable.
Yeah.
If I do it, it's like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but I just encourage everybody to just go to the Mixcloud link, which I put in the live feed anyway. So the show's growing and doing well.
I let my, I ain't gonna say I let my Mixcloud go, but Dark Kim in the building, what's happening? But
Kim, what's going on, Daryl?
I'm going to have a resurgence of my Mixcloud, because there are days when I want to play my box so bad, and I just I need to put my Mixcloud back up. But I don't know, man. I guess my OCD be messing with me, because I believe in consistency, and I know if I start doing something and I set a time for it, I'm gonna want to do it every single that
that's
time.
How you win. Be consistent.
And that's just insane, man. It's something wrong with me, Rudy.
No, you're doing good. You got the t-shirt business too, man. You're doing well with the t-shirts,
man.
And you wear a lot of hats. You could almost join the circus, because I know you can do flips and everything now. You
ride unicycles, right?
Tumble flips, and I know you do that. I know you can build cars from the ground up. I know you do that. I know you do jewelry.
Yeah.
I know you can build a home, and
I wear many hats, my brother. I wear many hats.
I know you're in the oil business. You down here.
Yeah, down here fooling around
driving oil trucks.
That Texas tea. You know what I'm saying? Get that money, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, man, I literally told my wife late last year. I said, I don't want to learn nothing else. Have you ever heard anybody say something like that?
That's funny.
I get too caught up in it. No, seriously, man.
Yeah.
I messed around.
Passion. It's called passion. Yeah.
Look, man, look, last week you should have seen me at the store buying some bottoms, some speakers. I was like, ooh. Man, I spend way too much money with this stuff. I ain't
We're just
lie.
as bad as the ladies, man. When they go to the shoe store,
Man,
they don't buy just one pair.
Terrible, bro.
They
I'm
buy
terrible.
many pairs.
See, but the only difference is when I start spending money, it runs into the thousands. It ain't like a pair of shoes. Look, don't get your shoes, baby. I'm cool.
Oh,
look,
man.
the other day I came in the house. She saw a transaction on my dog on the couch. She said, "What you buy? Bring it in."
What did you?
I was like,
Yeah, what you bringing in there now?
I can't bring it in because I just made a payment on it. She say, "What?"
Yeah.
Oh man,
I understand. Oh, Brian, the second National Steppers Ball, because I know you're talking about events.
Yeah, come on, man, bring it, plug it.
Yeah, that's happening August 22nd through the 24th this year, and it's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the DoubleTree Hilton in Arlington, Virginia, Crystal City. Sponsored by Sheldon Brown and Into the Light International.
Okay.
They're going to be putting together their second one. We had Pete Frazier the first time. This time we've got Ramoski Love, and he's gonna be doing this
Moski
thing.
coming down. And dig that. What you doing some sound over there? You DJing? What you doing?
No, the guys from Chicago, Logan and them, they're coming in to do that.
Okay.
For this one. They'll be there. So it's gonna be interesting. We got Trey Nicole, Lady Love.
Okay, DJ
female
Lady Love,
DJs.
a couple of my favorites.
Yep, they're gonna be jamming, and Sam Chapman's gonna be there on Saturday doing the main event, and I'll be plugged in there some of the other nights and doing what I gotta do.
Dig it. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, sound like a winner.
Be nice.
Well,
Yeah.
shoot.
So, and you know what? He's got some discounts going on right now. I hopefully it'll last, but you can get all 3 days now for $95 for all 3 days.
That's a fire sale. Or
$95 for all 3 days.
Just the number that he's running right now.
That's what he's running right now. And the room rate is only $139 for that area. Okay. So that's a good deal.
Okay, Rudy, Tree said he put a friend request in to you so y'all can connect and make that thing do what it do.
Oh, I got my computer over here on the left. Let me see. Something came through. I don't see anything yet. Trey, I don't see it, Trey.
Well, it says on there, first chapter, the breakdown treehouse. That's so you know.
That's the name of his page?
Yeah. It's long. If you see a long sentence, you know that's him.
It's called The Breakdown?
Yeah, first chapter, the breakdown.
Oh, first
treehouse.
First
yeah.
chapter. Oh yeah, there it is. The breakdown treehouse. I see it.
That's him.
Okay, confirm request. Okay, I'm doing it right live on the radio
done.
Right now.
Tree, he got you. Y'all locked in.
I got you. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still on.
See if he ask him if he got. Did he get it?
He'll respond, I guess, in a second here. So see, this is again, you guys. This is Rudy has been an inspiration for yet another thing that I do, and that is now going to be a segment that we're going to do on this show. Someone you should know, because although a lot of people know who you are, Rudy, you know you got to remember we got a vast America now. We got stepping all over the country, and so because
nationwide,
we want to make sure that people are plugged in where they need to be plugged in at. Linda O'Daniel, how you doing? We want to make sure everybody knows who everybody is. Life is too good. I see you. Thank you for checking in. You know, that way we able to, get more done. Hey, Dallas Brown in the house. Oh, speaking of Dallas Brown, to all my promoters out there, let me tell y'all something right now. This was something that came up the other day. And a conversation that I think promoters need to, or a new thing, I don't want to call it new, but a thing that promoters need to entertain. So people like Dallas Brown, Dallas is at everybody's set. And when I say everybody, I don't know anybody who hits more sets, to be honest with you, right now, on their own dime than Dallas Brown. That dude is at, and I mean, he was just in Virginia. Before that, he was with us in Atlanta. He's been to Phoenix with us. We man, look, everywhere there's a set, he's there. Atlanta. Now Atlanta was funny because he literally almost passed out when this one. I'm talking about First Friday. He worked himself into a frenzy. He paced himself for the Heritage Ball though, but First Friday he almost did himself in. All right, so I'm saying that to say, promoters, this is something you guys need to consider. People like Dallas Brown, who shows up at everybody's set, who comes to these events on his own dime, some of y'all need to start considering letting guys like this in the door. Because when they come, I don't even think Dallas sits down. He dances all night long with everybody. You need a Dallas Brown at your set. I'm just saying. Y'all need to consider these guys and start making it that much easier for them just to be there. They already paying their plane fare. They paying their hotel. Y'all let them slide in. I'm just saying. That's just a suggestion. Yep. Lockman, thank you. Perman just said. Chalk James, he's another one. If Chalk say he coming to your set, it would be in your best interest to just let that brother through the door. Real talk. Because he don't sit down. He dances with I have watched Chalk James go around the room and work every single table. I'm just saying.
That's true. He's like that. Good brother to have at your set.
These cats need to be given some serious consideration because they work when they come to your set. I'm just saying. They work.
Yeah, they're not there just to have a good time. They're there to have a good time, but they're there to help support your event and to make your event nice. They're going to have a good time,
but they're going to dance their ass off the whole the ladies. Time. And I'm talking about nonstop. I get tired watching them. Shit.
Well, GDI, for example, I'm sure there's some ladies that was there that spent thousands of dollars to go to that event, but they never danced.
Well, I think if
They
I'm
never
not
danced.
mistaken, GDI had ambassadors.
No one's fault. They just never got a chance to get. No one asked them to dance. They didn't ask for a dance.
Well,
so.
let me say this: events like GDI, and I'm going to give Ted Williams his props on Crush and Cream, and a couple other events.
I like that name, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good set, man. It is a great set too.
I like the name.
It is a lot of fun.
It just tickles me.
We have a good time there. But I'm saying that to say that some of these events now, they're very mindful of those women that you speak of, Rudy. They make sure that all the women get an opportunity to dance. Ted literally stops the set, makes every man in the room, sometime even include me, come down off the stage and get on the floor, and they go to one side of the room, and all the women come out to the floor and choose who they want to dance with. Then they dance a song. He stops it again. They turn to the other side of the room, and they get all the women off that area. And they go around the whole room until everybody in that room that wanted to dance has touched somebody's hand that night. And these things are critically important. I'm starting to see more and more of that happen at some of these sets. And I think that's something that needs to be taken under consideration because, like you said, Rudy, they spend a lot of money, man. We all spend a lot of money to come to these sets. And when we do that, these ladies, they don't want to spend all the money on their dress and getting their hair done and looking all fly.
It's disappointing. It's disheartening for some of the ladies, and I sympathize and understand because they spent a lot of time getting their hair, their nails, and everything. They taking longer. They're not even taking showers. They're taking baths because they make sure that they straight. Make sure that they straight. And to get to an event and just sit there all night talking to their girlfriend and playing with their phone because nobody asked them to dance.
That's right.
It's kind of sad.
I got the legendary DJ Barry Hylick on the line. He say every third Sunday at Visions, y'all in Chicago, DJ Calvin from the 50 and DJ Barry on the DJ Sparkle doing the thing over there at Visions, y'all. It's out there on 119th. If you're in Chicago on a third Sunday, y'all need to go out there and check that out.
Also, shout out to Tracy Cisco. She's listening. Thank you, Tracy. And Kathleen Rose Davis, Red Velvet Steppers in the building. And some other folks in.
Now, Lockman.
Black Knight. Black Knight. Black Knight was one of the original, another promoter that it believed in me. And he
that's what's up.
His partner, he said, Rudy, come to New York. I want you to do something for me. And yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I like that dude, man. Very, very consistent.
Black Knight, he's a good brother.
So Lockman said GDI had guys with blue lights. If the lady, I remember
I saw the blue lights. Yes.
If a lady didn't get a dance, she can ask the guy with the blue light on, because every woman might not get asked to dance. There you go. See, I knew GDI had something in place.
And
some
women, some ladies feel that they should not have to ask a man to dance. But in the stepping community, it's a little different. You're gonna have to shift that and ask because it's okay.
It don't take long for them women catch on. Let me tell you.
Yeah, just do it.
Look, it don't take long for them to catch on because they realize that somebody. Listen, my own wife, it took her a while to get to where she would ask men to dance. I'm not asking no damn about.
Yeah.
Like, look, you want to dance or not? I gotta give
stop with all of that.
Maurice Turner in Atlanta. I got to give him his props. He had on a T-shirt at Black and Bling a couple of years ago, and on the back of it said, say? "Ask not, dance not." Hey, enough said.
you go, okay.
Hey, that was straight to the point. You know what I mean? Oh, my man Chalk James chiming in. What's happening, Chalk? He say, I think I danced with every woman in Little Rock at the Steppin' in the Spring at least 97%. Yeah, Steppin' in the Spring was just this past weekend, and Chalk was there doing what he does. He say he danced with 97% of the women. Y'all better start letting these brothers slide. I'm telling you, people like that, they coming, man, they make it their business to be there. Yeah, so man, well, Rudy, look, man, it's about that time, bro. You know, hey, look, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I almost feel like our time been too short tonight, but you know, it's funny because I remember one of them nights I was DJing on your show, and my hour went by so fast. You was like, "Okay, your hour was up." I'm like, "No,
no, yeah." Yeah, I'm only on for 3 hours. So,
right.
Yeah.
I burnt that hour up so fast. I was like, "Damn, I want to keep going." Okay, Rudy. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, man.
So now it's my turn. Okay, Rudy, that's it. Your time is up, buddy. You got to go.
Okay.
Hey, listen.
All right.
I'm going to say this again, man, before I get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to understand, y'all have heard me say on many occasions that Inside Steppin is basically a one-man show. Well, I'm here to let y'all know this is the man behind the man. This dude right here has made on more than one occasion things go better for me than they may have gone simply by being who he is. And I want to tell you, Rudy, I appreciate you for that. Thank you, brother. And it's people like you who keep me from cutting the rest of the world off. Because people ain't got no loyalty, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's real talk. And so, you know, you've been there. You've been by my side, brother, and I appreciate you. And I just want to tell you that.
Thank you. So. Thank you, B. Thank you. God bless you, my brother, and the family.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
All right, man. Have a good night, Rudy. We're going to talk soon. All right, y'all. Rudy Dottin. That man is bad, man. Let me tell you, that man is bad when it comes to that technical stuff and them sounds and all that. He do his thing, y'all. So many of you are probably looking at my hair all over my daggone head. And I'm getting to the point, you guys, where I'm going to have to do something with it.
Cut it. You got to cut that head. Cut it. Cut that hair.
Oh, no, I ain't going to cut it. Now, I'm going to do something with it. I ain't going to cut it. But we're getting to the point now where I'm going to have to do something, and it's probably going to be going back to my old days and my old ways. So if y'all see me with my hair draping down, you'll know why. Either that or something close to it. So that's kind of where that's going. I had a lot of people who said, oh, don't get rid of the afro, keep the afro. But this is it was never my intention. But it kind of took on a life of its own, but it's time to move on. So that is what's going to happen next. The other thing is, and I want to say this before I go, because of people like Rudy Dottin and others of you throughout this community who have remained steadfast in your support, who have remained faithful, loyal, and friendly. Jerry Palmer, you silly. Talking about Jerry Curl. You crazy. I want to point out that the optimism that I maintain comes from your energy, because there are so many people and things that take place in this community that cause me to pause and not want to do what I do naturally, and that is to help others. And so because of people like Rudy Dottin and others around this community who have done nothing but support, reach out, encourage, and everything that goes with that, it keeps me moving forward. And I want to thank y'all. This is not only a show where I wanted to show appreciation to Rudy Dottin. I want to also, in any way that I can, show appreciation to you, the audience, the people who continue to support and watch this show and, you know, gain knowledge from it, because that's really what it's here for. It was always designed to make sure that the people in the community have a point of reference, who have somewhere to turn if you have questions, because we're never going to lie to you and we're never going to make up stuff. We're going to give you the facts, the hard facts, despite those who would like to try and refute them. I have and always will invite anyone who wants to debate any issue right here on this show. There's an open door policy here. You can say whatever you want anywhere else, but the conversation is always here and everybody knows where to find me. The day I say something wrong or that is not accurate, you're welcome to bring it to me. We can definitely have that conversation. In the meantime and in between time, it is time for me to eat my dinner. Linda Brooks, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to give me some finger waves. I'm coming to Chicago next week, and I think I'm going to give me some finger waves while I'm home. I'm just saying. Anything's possible. You never know. Anyway, So with all of that, y'all, I just want to, like I said, I just want to thank, man, everybody. Y'all have no idea how important the times when you come to me at these shows and these events and you say to me, thank you for doing what you do. I've learned a lot. I love your show. We watch, we pay attention to the things you say. And that's why I will never say the wrong things to you. I will never give you inaccurate information. Never, never. Because I want people to get this. I want people to be in this culture properly. Not with all of the misconceptions that some of these people have been fed, not with all of some of the lies that people have been told, with all of the disloyalty. I want y'all to understand something, and I don't want to take this to a negative place and bad energy, but I want y'all to understand, just because people tell you stuff in this community don't mean it's right. It's easier to lie to a person than it is to prove to people that they've been lied to. So I do my best to make sure. Kathleen Rose Davis said, never say never. Kathleen, listen, when I say I will, okay, let me correct it, because you're right. I will never knowingly give you misinformation or tell you anything wrong. Now, thank you for correcting me. See, there you go. I can admit when I made a mistake. She said, never say never. You're absolutely correct. I will never, let's add knowingly, give you wrong information. And again, if I do, it won't be knowingly, but we'll also correct it. Believe that on the show. Because what's the point if we can't all learn together? What are we doing? What are we really doing here? We all got to learn. We all got to know. Nobody in this community, nobody knows everything, despite what some of them will have you to believe. All right. With that, I'm going to put up my famous Brian Forbes quote before I go. Never measure an event by the quantity of the people in attendance, but by the quality of memories you create with the people who are present. Let that sink in. I like to throw that up there, y'all, because it's important. It's so important, because you just gotta know. And with all of that, I'll see it's time for me to get out of here. I gotta eat, y'all. Let me see, where's my thing? Okay, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. I love y'all. And in the words of Tony Adway, ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Oh, and right quick, next week, there's a strong possibility we're gonna have Tony on the show. He was supposed to come on tonight, but other things came up, and that's okay. So y'all stay tuned for that moving forward. I want y'all to have a good night, and I love you. Peace out. The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its host, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.